Hi, it's Bishop Brenda. Last week, my installation team got together to debrief the event, and we talked about the successes and challenges of the installation on September 12 at Angelica Lutheran Church, and I promised to give you our findings. There is a document attached to this email which tells you more about what we learned. We interviewed every satellite site. Those were the places where people were gathering throughout the synod to watch the live stream. And as we all know, the live stream failed. Some of you were able to watch the Facebook live feed, and we were very glad for that, but many of you were not. So I wanted to talk about the things we learned from the satellite sites and from the team's own learnings. First, I made the choice to have the event at Angelica Lutheran Church, which is one of our oldest churches. I love that it's now a Spanish language ministry. It has a rich history of being built in 1925 by Swedes. It had housed the Bible Institute. It had our synod offices. It has had musical academies, and many interns that became our pastors went through that congregation. Angelica was an amazing host, and I think it was a good decision to be there. Our logistics team, our hospitality team, our food teams, they all did a great job. The music, the art, the carpet runner made by Sam Ledoux, all of those things were more than we could have ever hoped for. Now, we did have to spend some extra money to make the sanctuary safe and comfortable. There were air conditioning units, there were bathroom trailers, additional parking off-site. This choice to add services is one I will stand by, even though we spent some money, because sometimes we have to spend money to be more inclusive and give opportunities to others. But as a synod, we struggle with this question all the time. Who is affected by our financial choices? Who is part of receiving and who is left out? Because of the infrastructure of Los Angeles, we could not spend money to upgrade the internet, which was part of the problem that happened. Pico Union area does not have high-speed internet, and so we could not add extra money to make sure that the satellite sites got the internet that we thought we were going to get. We did buy a hotspot, and it failed. So these are problems that we've got to wrestle with. One of the things we decided as a team is that we always have to have a backup plan. As one friend of mine said, if you don't have a plan B, you don't have a plan. We will always need to have a camera that is recording an event to save it for later in case the internet goes down. We'll want to have backup plans on food and bathrooms, although we didn't have any problems in this event. We want to have backup plans if worship goes sideways and doesn't do what we expect it to do, so that we're always prepared for anything. Our planning team was large and diverse, and I learned a lot about sharing responsibility. I will want to do that forever as a bishop. That was good. But our team wasn't as diverse as it could have been from the very outset. And I think that's important, especially as we were planning worship. We understand that voices need to be in the room from the beginning, from a diverse type of experience, and then we can really move forward knowing that we're representing all people. We also got a lot of comments about communication. We needed to articulate what we were doing, especially to the satellite sites, much earlier. We also need to work on a variety of ways to communicate, not just email, not just social media, not just texting, but all kinds of different ways. And we're experimenting with that now, as you've seen through videos and other things that we're doing. We also need to plan for communicating after the event. To be honest, the day after the installation, I was exhausted. I was pretty disappointed in the tech failure, but we need to be ready to put information forward as soon as possible, no matter what has happened beforehand. If it's bad news, if it's complicated, we need to know who's going to be in charge of talking about it, no matter what happens. I want the synod to be one that takes risks and tries new things. But I realize that that can only happen when trust is built. We may make mistakes, we may fail, but that's only going to work if we're all in a trusting relationship together. I'm hoping communicating like this, telling the truth, seeing where we need to do differently, understanding when people are disappointed, understanding when people are really happy with the results. We need to be able to hold all of those things. I know that this is the way of church, where we have a variety of experiences and name them all and care for them all and learn from them. We will keep trying good things, big things, and with God's help, we will have successes together. Thank you for listening, and God bless you this week.